welcome to Crafty Anew. So for our first project, you're going to need some ribbon, and I'm using the Hunter Green ribbon and this multicolor ribbon from the Dollar Tree, some jute twine, some pitberry, and it was just something spare I had from another project. The wooden letters that spell out fall, some mini clothespins, some chalkboard tags, and a 14-inch wreath form from the Dollar Tree. And I'm also using some leaves and some flower picks. And you can change these up. I mean, you don't have to use the same kind of ribbon. You don't have to use the same kind of floral, but this is just my take. And you're also going to need a glue stick, some paint sticks, and a piece of scrapbook paper. I'm going to start out by removing that second inner ring from this 14-inch wreath form. As you can see, I'd already cut the outer ring off of this, and I used it for a different project. So you're just going to take some wire cutters and you're going to cut right at the weld. You also want to be careful when you're cutting this because it can get those little sharp ends. So just be careful, and you do have to have a lot of hand strength. So there's what we have after I cut off all the welds. We have that second inner ring. And I'm just going to take that Hunter Green ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to wrap it around this ring. And we'll start out by hot gluing it down to the ring, and then you're just going to wrap it around. I want to take this time to thank everyone for coming back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite DIY from this video is. And any criticism or anything you'd like to see, just comment anything you want. If you guys need to have a chit chat about what's going on in your lives, I'm here to listen and I will respond. And I want to get to know everybody. Let's all be friends. And then once we have that wrapped all the way around our ring, we're just going to cut it off and hot glue it down. And there's what you should have. Now we're just going to take that jute twine and we're just going to measure it across the circle. And you're going to tie it in a knot on both ends. This is going to be what our tags will be hanging off of. So you want to make sure you tie it tight so that the tags don't just droop. That makes sense. No droopiness. Once we have that jute twine tied into place, you're going to take your mini clothespins and we're just going to paint them brown. I know that these are already painted brown, but they needed some touch-ups. You can completely skip this step if you just want the natural color of the clothespin. I just thought the brown would look cute against the jute twine and the kind of poster board I'm using. Then once we have all four of those clothespins painted, I'm taking my orange paint marker and I'm going to paint the letters fall. F-A-L-L. And I'm going to give each one of these 2 good coats. I find using the paint marker so much easier on these little letters than using a paintbrush, but it's just your preference. And this is what we should have once we have them painted. And now what I'm going to do is just kind of make it look a little whimsical. I'm taking the brown paint marker and I'm just going to add little dashes on the outside of the letters to add a little dimension. once you got that complete, now let's take our cardstock and the tags, and we're just going to remove the strings that's attached to the tags. And we're going to fold the cardstock in half so that after we trace our tags onto this, we'll just have to do this twice. We won't have to do it 4 times. So you're going to fold it in half so you only have to draw the tags on here twice. And then once we have those traced onto the cardstock, you're just going to cut them out and we're going to glue them to the tags. And I glued them on the back side of the tags because each tag has a grommet. And I noticed on the back side of them that grommet's a little smoother. And I didn't want to cut that part off, so I just glued my cardstock on the back side. And you can skip this step also if you just want to keep the chalkboard look. But I like this hunter green cardstock, and I thought it looked really good with the ribbon I was using. I also find that using a glue stick is not near as messy as Mod Podge when it comes to this, and you still have time to move the paper where you need it to be, so don't be afraid to use a glue stick if you have one. You're going to do that to all 4, and then once we've got the cardstock onto the tags, you're just going to take those letters we painted and center them on each tag. And I just used hot glue to do this. And there's what we should have. Now I'm taking those sunflower florals that I had and I'm just going to hot glue those on the ring. I'm using, the same ones on each side. So I'm using 2 of the big sunflowers, and then I'm going to use 2 of the smaller ones, and then 2 of the medium-sized ones. And just arrange it however you like. This is just inspiration, and this is how I'm arranging it. So give me a thumbs up if you like this arrangement. And leave a comment down below if you would do anything different with it. And now I'm just attaching the leaves because I wanted some color in there. I didn't want just pure yellow. Which, guys, I thought this turned out really cute against this green burlap on the ring. I don't know what it was about it, but it just seemed like it really popped for me. And now I'm just taking those fall stickers we made, the fall tags, I'm sorry. And I'm just close pinning them onto the jute twine. And if I would have done this different, I would have raised the jute twine up a little bit because the flowers kind of blocked some of my letters. Because this is what I was saying, when you put the jute twine on, you want to make sure you get it tight. And now I'm just going to make a messy bow using some of the burlap ribbon that we had. And I hope it's not disturbing you guys, but I'm actually outside today on my porch, so you may be able to hear my wind chimes and the birds. And it's such a beautiful day. I didn't want to be inside. But just remember, I love being outside, so don't take my joy away. Anyway, now I'm just taking this pitberry and I'm wrapping it around the bow. And once we have this done, the project will be complete. And this is what we have. So pretty and so fall. Let me know in the comments below if you do anything different. So for our next project, you'll need this Cricut printable that says Hello Autumn, or you can even use Dollar Tree stickers. This box table sign from the Dollar Tree. Some pumpkin wooden picks. Some Mod Podge. Some folk art paint and Adirondack or any kind of white paint, Excelsior, some scissors, some scrapbook paper that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that bow off and I'm going to sand off all the glitter. And I'm going to go over it with my Waverly chalk paint and ink. And now this is actually going to be the back, and nobody's going to see it, but you guys know me by now. I love a finished project. Don't forget to follow me on my social media pages where you'll see other small projects. You can follow me on Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram at Crafty Anew, and Twitter at Crafty_Anew. So come over there and check me out. Post your pictures on my Instagram and let me see some of your recreations, and I can show you some of my recreations of other YouTubers. So now once I have that painted, I'm just drawing out the shape on my scrapbook paper, and then I'm going to press that in there and we're going to cut off the excess. Once we have that cut down to size, we're going to take our Mod Podge and we're going to Mod Podge it into the table block. You want to make sure you get all the corners and get it really good. And now we're going to take another coat of Mod Podge and we're going to spread it on top. What this top layer of Mod Podge is going to do for me is it's going to help my Cricut to adhere. It's going to help my Cricut vinyl to adhere to the top of it better without pulling up the paper. And then I'm just going to transfer my vinyl onto the sign. Welcome Autumn. Like I said, you can use Dollar Tree stickers for this if you don't have a Cricut. And then I'm just taking my pumpkin picks and we're going to glue one on each side of the inner square of the table plaque. Now I'm going to take the Excelsior and I'm going to put this in the middle of the plaque so that on my third pumpkin it'll be setting up higher because it'll be setting on top of the Excelsior. I'm just going to hot glue that in there and hot glue the pumpkin on top of that. And once we have that done, this project is complete and it just makes for a cute little table decor piece. And also check out my video where I made the crepe pumpkin and the hay bale pumpkins. I'll link it in the iCard above and in the description box below. So be sure to check that video out. Now for our next project, we're going to do some whitewashing. So I have a little bowl of water. You'll need 30 of the tower game blocks. I picked this pumpkin off of that football pumpkin piece that the Dollar Tree sells. Thankful sign out of the 3-pack of the fall signs they were selling. Some paint in nautical blue and white, and I'm also using paper towel and a paintbrush. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your tower tumbling blocks, and we're going to make 10 sets of 3 with these. So you're going to hot glue 3 of these together to make 10 sets. Now, once you have your 10 set of 3 made, we're going to hot glue 5 of these 3 sets together, and we're going to have them going in different directions. So as you can see here, I'm lining them up, and I'm having some go vertical and some horizontal, and you want each row to look different. So the first row, I've got one vertical one horizontal, one vertical, one horizontal. Then the second row I have a horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. You can see here what I'm doing. And we're going to glue all of this together. So I'm going to glue a row of 5 and a row of 5, and then I'm going to glue those two together. If that makes sense, I'm sure I just made that way more complicated. So just watch the video. Enjoy! Once we have all the blocks hot glued together, that's what you should have. And then we're going to take our white paint and we're just going to lightly go over this block. I'm not using very much paint, and we're going to do this to the entire sign here. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm just lightly brushing on some white paint. And then I'm going to dip my paper towel into the bowl of water, and I'm going to wipe some of that paint off and around the edges. And you can see it'll give it this whitewash effect. Now I know a lot of people do whitewashing different, but this is the easiest method I have found, and I love the way it turns out and the effect that it gives my piece. So this is the way I've always done it. And you're going to do this to both sides and the edges. I'm just going to let you watch and enjoy the music. Now once we have that painted, we're going to take this pumpkin and I'm going to paint it in my nautical blue. And I'm not going to add any dimension to this. I want it just a flat, plain looking pumpkin. You're going to do both sides, and once we have that done, we're going to take our jute twine and we're just going to make the stem. We're just going to use the jute twine and wrap it around the stem of the pumpkin. Now I'm also taking that same jute twine and I'm wrapping it around my fingers and making my normal jute twine bow. I wrap it around my fingers like 5 times, tie it in a knot, and you're just going to attach the bow below the jute twine stem. And excuse me if you can hear that tractor going by, but you know, it is the country and there are tractors. And there's what we should have. That's what our pumpkin should look like once we're finished. And now I'm just taking this metal thankful lettering and attaching it all to my wood piece. So I'm going to attach the pumpkin and the lettering, and then we have this project all complete. I just want to tell everybody, thanks for watching. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I appreciate all of you so much. I can never thank you enough for what you've done for our channel. And there will soon be a giveaway. As soon as I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to have a giveaway. And I hope to see you all again real soon. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Share this video, comment, like, do all the stuff that you're supposed to do, and let's be friends forever, and I'll see you next time. Happy fall, everybody. Bye.